Traders, what's up? What's up? Welcome back to another Relentless video. Happy Saturday. I hope you guys are doing well. So in this one, we got something a little different, right? So I had a meetup with a few of the MMU students a while back. So I thought I'd share that to YouTube so you guys can see what the interaction was like. And of course, get to put a few faces to the names, right? You guys always see those orange names in chat. We had a few people there. Of course, a lot of people weren't able to make it. Of course, different schedules, things like that. But yeah, hit that thumbs up, subscribe, and big shout out to Saad, right? Because Marcelo couldn't make it. He had an emergency. Shout out to Saad for joining in and help holding things down. He's one of the team house guys, one of the moderators in chat. MX Trading, you guys know him pretty well. So hit that thumbs up, subscribe button as well, and let's jump into it.
5 views. Relentless. You remember those days, RT?
Yeah.
So I'm one of those few guys that was watching him. I think he has only like less than 500 subscribers around that time. So I keep on watching him. It's like, damn, this dude is like, I like his thought process, technical analysis stuff, and we trade the similar. And I was watching him for almost a year. Then I think he had the Discord link, and I tried to join. Then, yeah, after that, I've been a part of the group ever since. So yeah, I've been trading since 2020. I started with $2,000. My first month, I was trading with cash account, and I actually was kind of profitable, but I was kind of restricted with the cash account because you could only trade like only 3 trades per week, and like having that confidence for 2 weeks and just trading that I can do this. Like I'm just restricted with the PDT rule, and I was fortunate enough to have a very generous cousin that lent me 25,000. And I was able to pay him like the whole amount actually after 5 months, and ever since I've been profitable after that. So I hope it gives you guys inspiration about my story, because technically I really started with $2,000, and so something personal. I'm 32 years old. I'm not 25. People thought I'm like mid 20s, but I'm early 30s. I live in California, so if anyone, you guys here from LA or like SoCal, just hit me up. And yeah, I try to give back as much back to the community. I do a lot of, not a lot, but I have so many backlogs of recaps, especially the one that I had last Friday, which is the RBP. So just watch out for that recap. Probably I'll release it like in a week or two. So yeah.
All right. Just quickly before we continue, for those of you who are now tuning in, feel free to turn on your cameras, turn on your webcams. And pretty crazy story from Save there. I mean, he's one of those people where like in the first few months, like it clicks. Like for me, it's been like a slow, long period of like getting better, getting better, getting better. So like he said, like we got to stay motivated because you just never know, and it's also why it's good for different people to give it a shot because you just never know who's gonna like get that quick start and just keep going. But yeah, let's continue on. Who wants to jump in next?
I'll
I
go,
can go.
or you can go, Ken.
Oh, it doesn't matter. My name's Ken W, and I'm 60. So I worked 35 years for in telecommunications and retired when I was 59. So I've been dabbling in the stocks for, I don't know, a couple years. And my 401k was self-directed. So I was better at long-term, and then started watching RT and a few other people on YouTube, and then joined the Discord probably a year ago, and they make it look easy. So I'm not quite profitable yet, but I'm taking baby steps, and it's getting there. It's getting there. But I trade in a cash account and an IRA, So at the end of May, when the rules go to T1, it'll be a little better for me because right now I have, if I use too much of it on Monday, then I don't have a lot to work with on Tuesday. But it works out okay. So I'd rather do that and not pay taxes than to be in a margin account for right now, for me. And then it kind of restricts me a little bit, but sometimes that's pretty good because the FOMO gets me once in a while. Just to be honest about that. And right now I'm in Jacksonville, Florida, but I was born and raised in Jersey also.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much my story.
Ken, man, it's good to get a face to the name, man.
Mhm.
Glad to hear from you. And I got a quick question. So when it comes to the margin account, or rather the cash account, um, how do you deal with the? And I know you mentioned it works fine, but how do you deal with the limited cash? So are you using like very small share size, let's say 110 shares, or are you like
No,
using half today, half the other?
I have like I have over 6 figures that I can use for cash. So I mean I still can't trade the 50,000 shares that you guys trade, in a day. So I have to be more picky about it, but you know, it's what I'm willing to use right now. So like I said, in a way it's good for me as a beginner trader
Yeah.
because I don't ever really get in big trouble because I have to be more selective with with my trades as a beginner. So, and I just try, honestly, I mean, I know you're not supposed to put a dollar amount on it, but I mean, I'm just looking to make, a couple $1,000s a week just to, help with the retirement. That's all. So for now, until I get a little more experience, but, watching Mighty and you and Salve and Tim and Crispy, sometimes I'm just blown away because you guys make it look so easy. I mean, I know it's not, but especially, since you YouTube live every day and, I don't know how you keep your emotions in check the way you do, even when you're going to size up, like the other day when you did the 3,500 shares on Friday, that blew me away. Just like, us beginner traders aren't to the point where, when you add a zero on the amount of shares you're using, doesn't bother you. To me, it bothers me still. So, but it's what
Yeah.
it is right now.
Yeah, definitely, man. I think over time with the experience, it
Yeah.
becomes a little bit easier, but it's still hard though. And what I've realized is having um a cushion over the years, right? So for me, like coming from, very humble beginnings and being able to build up a little over the years and having different streams of income can help too, because the more
Yeah.
detached you are from the money, ultimately the easier it is to come into the market and be
Yeah.
separated. But, for most of us, our reality is going to be that, hey, we're going to try and make it happen with what we have. And so we still got to be disciplined despite, having those tight margins.
Hmm.
But yeah, Ken, it was great hearing from you, man. Great to put a face to the name. Um,
Yep.
and yeah, so we'll move on here. Who wants to take the floor next? Who's the next brave soul here?
I'll go next. So my name is Brian. I am also 32. I live in North Carolina. And I started trading March of 2021. So when there was that big penny stock craze, that got me interested. I used to be a financial advisor, so I've always been in the markets. But then when I found trading, I was like, okay, I need to get out of this industry so I can day trade. And so I got a work from home job, took a huge pay cut, and because I really enjoy trading. And then I started out with small caps, and then like September of 21, I decided to go to futures and large caps and options, and lost money for like probably literally every single month from September 21 to January of 23, honestly. And then in January, I was like, all right, I switched around so much. I finally picked futures and stuck with it for 12 months and it didn't work. So now I'm going to go back to small caps. And I actually saw one of Mighty's like older videos back in early of last year. And I was like, how the hell is this guy making $20,000 risking $30 a trade? I was like, that seems like crazy. And so I had a lot of experience with small caps earlier and a lot of experience of losing money, sometimes larger, sometimes smaller. So when I started with one share back in like, I did it for like March and April, and then May, I decided to go live and just slowly increase my size month over month. And I haven't had a losing month since I started in May. And then starting in November, really started to ramp up just the profits. But sizing up it's hard because you size up and then you inevitably do worse for a couple weeks.
Yeah.
And so I'm finally to the point where like I'm at like pretty good size and comfortable with it, but like sizing up is one of the hardest things. It's harder than even learning how to trade, in my opinion, because there's so much emotion involved.
Yep.
Man, I'm glad to hear you're doing well. Glad to hear that you're making progress. That's the number one thing, right? And it doesn't matter how fast it is, because ultimately, if we're moving in the right direction, we'll get to where we need to be. So, Beam, man, great to put a face to the name.
Yes, sir.
And might
Before RT,
Yeah.
sorry, I just want to say to Beam that you're killing it lately.
Thanks.
So like that's a crazy momentum you're getting to, and definitely like sizing up is one of the most difficult part of trading. But another thing to notice is like sizing down on the slower market is much more harder. So
That is also true.
yeah, that's one of the hardest. Like for me, I'm still cannot adjust since September. That's almost like 6 months.
Yeah, I literally was talking to Kitty about this last night or the night before. I was like, dude, especially when I had a rough beginning of January, I was like, I sized down for like a few days, but I didn't want to size down for more than a week or two, because then I just knew how tough it was emotionally to size up, and I didn't want to like get too comfortable with the smaller size and then have to go through that emotion again.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm really happy for you, man. You've been killing it.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Keep it up, man. You know, and towards the end, I don't want to get ahead of myself, but towards the end, I do want to ask you guys like how we could, as like the mentors, can make MMU even better. But we'll wait for that though. We'll wait for that. We'll keep pushing through here. John, how you doing, man? John, do you want to take the floor?
John, me, RT.
Yes. Yes.
Hello, my name is John. Yeah, I'm a Greek guy. I'm from Greece. I'm based in UK at the moment. I'm working here. I've been in crypto and stocks for 2 years. 1 year in theory, and since March, I've been trading on simulator. I'm still a noob, let's say. I'm trying to become a professional loser first before I become a professional winner. I know what needs to be done. I'm slowly building the habits that need to be installed in my mind. And yeah, I don't know if anyone is based in EU, in Europe in general, not in UK or whatever. We have a little bit of trouble with brokers to find a good broker. There is no free commission broker here. So with in regarding the strategies, I'm trying, of course, I cannot scalp. I mean, I have the ability to scalp. I'm good to be in and out quickly and all that, but in a commission, a non-commission free broker, it will be punch in the face. So I'm trying to adjust what I'm learning here. I'm trying to adjust it in smaller trades, but more effective ones. If I'm going to trade in a broker that will have commissions and stuff. So I'm not trying to invent the wheel. I'm just trying to with small tweaks to adjust the strategies. What
Okay.
else?
Yeah, this is one of the trickier parts that or trickier questions that we'll get sometimes is hey, like how do you deal with trading and the commissions at the same time, right? And so I always will tell the students it'll definitely take an adjustment because if you're going to be super scalpy and hyper scalping, the commissions will eat you alive. So the main thing is to first reduce the frequency in which you're trading, and then second, you want to focus on some of the bigger picture trades and hold a little longer to get that bit more of a follow through. So in doing that, you can negate the commissions and be able to get more of let's say better result.
Exactly. And as concerned the discount and all that, first I think as lots of us we used to watch Ross. Then personally I learned about Mighty Marcelo out of a sudden, something somehow from YouTube. So I was watching him. He was saying all the time, join artist Discord, join artist Discord. I said, okay, I will give it a chance. And yeah, since then, I think it's not. I think it's the only channel that I'm watching, I'm following, or whatever. I'm there every day, even when I'm at work, because my nature of work is a little bit of traveling or whatever. I will go in my current 2:30. I will sorry, not 2:30, 9:30 market time. 2:30 it's UK time. I will try to show up, and one screen is on Discord. Try to hear my one ear is on artist's voice, and the other monitors are watching the market.
All right. All right. So John, man, it's good. We spoke quite a few times before. It's great to see you.
Yeah.
And might I say, man, we have a very good looking community here, man. We got a lot of handsome faces here. It's great to see. Um, yeah, John and I we spoke a few times before, and yeah, coming back again to trading with commissions, it's definitely possible, but there needs to be adjustments. The way how we're trading now is very tailored towards, getting the price improvements, being in and out hundreds of times. You guys will see me, maybe averaging about 250 orders a day. A guy like Save maybe on the higher side of like 5, 6, 700. So when you're dealing with commissions, it comes down to, okay, watching more so the setups and leaving some of the price action trades alone. The price action trades, I would say, probably account for a, a 90% plus maybe increase in the amount of trades we're taking because the setup will be there, right? And let's say, okay, the 3-bar play. We're waiting for the 1 minute candle to make a new high. We have our risk in place. But when we're starting to use level 2 and the ladder, maybe the stock gives the move and then it dips. It holds and then it goes back up again. And so the moment we see that dip and it's holding, we're back in. And so the setup is already transpired and gave the opportunity. Maybe it's a 20-cent move. But the dip comes, we're back in, it goes up, and maybe it does this 3 times within 1 minute. And so there we have 5 or 6 trades in 1 minute instead of just one trade, right? So again, with the commissions, it can eat you up, but if you're watching the setups for the bigger picture move, the opportunities can still be there, and it's live and well. So John, thanks
Yeah.
again. Uh,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go. Let's see, Midwest. Midwest, how you doing, Miss Midwest? Do you want to take the floor? Introduce yourself. Give us a little bit of a background on who you are, how long you've been a part of the community, and so forth.
Hey, what's going on? I'm Jesse, man. I've been part of the. Can you guys hear me? I just unmuted my mic. Okay, all right, good to go. Shit, I've been trading for quite a few years, pretty much since the pandemic. But as far as the community, I don't know, half a year. I started with Ross and everything, and then found you and Mighty kind of on your separate channels, and I just kind of saw this young group of the new wave, I think, of people that are starting to change the game a little
Yeah.
bit, which kind of inspired me to go. But yeah, I traded strictly swing trading before, and I made some serious money during the pandemic, but held it, not knowing about the stock market well enough. That things do go down, and sometimes they're just pushed up there. So I had quite a bit of money sitting there, and I just held it, thinking that it would always keep going up. And then that inspired me to get into day trading, to where I like the part where it goes up, but I don't like the part where it goes down. So I just want to get in and out as quick as possible. Yeah, I guess I just had some questions as far as I don't have a ton of time to trade right now. I own a company. It's very busy. I'm busy all the time, so it's really rare when I do get to trade nowadays. Hopefully that'll change in the next 6 months or so here. So I'm just trying to get above PDT because my trading is profitable, but then I run out of trades, or else I'm just using a cash account and I gotta wait for it to settle every couple days and stuff like that. But are you guys just strictly trading once you find support, or are you just kind of going wild with it and letting things, gamble a little bit and just watching level two? Just like, as you got your 5 or 6 trades you said in a minute. I just found that I've tried going that route and it wasn't as successful for me, but I don't think I was really being patient with finding support, because I have hit some stocks where I find support and I could trade it all day and it's just great. And then but my most successful days are when I'm pulling 10 to 15 trades, at like a 70%, 80% win rate and stuff like that. So but yeah, I guess that's kind of what I'm wondering. And yeah, I'm from out here in Minnesota. It's cold as hell all the time, so hopefully none of you guys ever have to deal with that shit. But yeah, just grateful to be here and be able to have these conversations and learn from you guys. So
Yeah, definitely. Okay, the first thing I heard in there was gambling. That's one of the first things that stood out to me. There's no gambling here. There's a system, right? And when it comes to the curriculum, when it comes to how we want to approach the trades, um, it's again the way our style is catering towards the market orders, the high frequency trading, and utilizing market depth like level two, and
mm,
we want to we want to look for all the key components that surrounds the patterns and the edges, right? So whether it's chapter 24, yeah, chapter 24, from start to finish, whether it's a flat top breakout all the way down through a panic flush, it depends on what the market is providing to us. And are we seeing something that's a part of that list that's there in the curriculum, right? So okay, they do have setups there that pertain towards buying support, the VWAP pullback, the panic flush, etc. And on the other side of that, they have setups that are more so towards the highs, right? So it just depends on what the market is giving, the market sentiment, us understanding the tape, reading the level two, and eventually over time, building up the experience. But once you're in a cash account, you know, like I'd say the recommendation is to use as small size as possible. Like we had Ken that went earlier that said he has like a much larger cash account, so it doesn't bother him as much. But if you're using very small share size, because the main thing is to practice first and gain that consistency, right? uh, use small size. That way you can trade a lot, right? And that way you'll be very on par with the strategy. Now, if you do find the success in just trading 10 to 15 times, and you're really seeing that high accuracy, then maybe at that point you can stick to it, right? Because hey, if it's not quite what we're doing, but it's working well, then maybe you've already find a edge for yourself that works, right there. So definitely keep it up, keep tracking your metrics, keep tracking your data, and over time, uh you know once you get to 25K, you just it just becomes exponential. You keep pushing and increase the risk.
Right on. Thanks, man.
All right. So and Minnesota, man, I feel for you guys over there with that snow and that cold weather, man. It's brutal.
Negative 30 last week, but we're back into regular temperatures, so it's all good.
Charlie, you want to take the floor? What's up? How you doing?
Hey, what's up, man? Hey, guys. Good to see you guys on here. A little bit about me. First of all, it's sunny and 57 here in Texas, so I'm good with that. But I'm 35, middle of my career type of thing, right? So family, all those different things going on right now. So I'm, been trading since end of 2022. Fell in love with it. And it's kind of hard. I'm playing that balance, right? I got this career going, I got my family. Um, can't just drop everything, right, and just jump straight into trading. So I'm trying to figure out that balance. Luckily, I have a job that works remote, allows me to, work 3 days from home. So definitely taking advantage of that and jumping all in, trying to, learn as much as I can and trade. But since 2022, on the trading side, started off in a cash account. Just like RT said, did really small trades for a really long time, for about a year. I did being vulnerable here on this call a little bit, but towards the end of last year, I did fund my account over PDT. It was like a few thousand over PDT, and I just hit this losing streak. I think it was just in my own mind, just being over a PDT and being able to trade, I started losing. And so at the end of December, I was like, man, I didn't lose a ton. It was just, I did lose a little bit for sure, but I was like, I don't want to go under PDT. So I have a PDT account sitting there, but I was kind of like, man, I got to figure out, get myself back on track a little bit on my live. This is real money. I don't want to lose, right? So I've been in a sim since January, beginning of January, and I have a very strict journal. And I told myself, hey, I'm going to trade in the sim. I got my journal. I track everything every single day, go over all my trades with myself every single day. And I got to hit my rules. I made myself a set of criteria, and I said, I got to come out of January in the sim positive. Am I following my rules majority of the time? And a few different, criteria I set for myself before I jump back into PDT. So that's kind of where I'm at. Just love the group, love the community. I'm in here every day, even when I'm at work. I try to join the chat. I'm always watching RT, but that's kind of where I'm at right now. So.
You know what I love about that is the fact that despite having the 25,000, right? Realizing, hey, I'm having some issues, I'm going to still take a step back and make sure that everything is good. Because there's a lot of people who would be in that situation and would be very headstrong and try to just, force it. And that's exactly what we're trying to teach here, which is slowest is the fastest way, because ultimately the market isn't going to go anywhere. So if you take that time, take that step back, re-strategize, come again, and make sure that there's no kinks in the armor, I think that patience there is something that is hard to teach, right? It's hard to convey, right? Because some people it's just difficult for them. So Charlie, man, I think you're on the right track. And being that you're saying January, you're following the rules, things are going well. I think with a few more trading days, a few more weeks, for sure, when you give it a shot again, I think you'll be exactly where you need to be, man. Way to go.
Appreciate it. And if I say one more thing, Alice, that's part of that, I think I learned this from you guys too, but that's part of that discipline, right? Like if I can't pull myself out and say, I have to be positive this month. I have to meet my criteria this month, right? That's going to impact your trading every single day. You're not going to be disciplined. You're going to have FOMO. You're going to chase trades. So I appreciate you guys.
All right, and shout out to Texas, man. Shout out to Texas. 57 degrees over there. You can't go wrong. All right, MR, how you doing today, MR? You're out. Actually, hold up. Okay, I see. Hold on. Let me fix this. There we go. Try unmuting again.
Can you hear me now? Perfect. Good stuff. Hey, how you doing? So I'm MR. You can call me Mo. I live in London, work in London. I think I've been part of the community now for about a month. I've been everywhere. I've been trading crypto as my beginning of my journey. Back in the bull market, absolutely killed it. Absolutely killed when BTC was pumping and Elon Musk was tweeting at the time. I think that candle when it ripped, must have made at least 15, 20K. And, continue all the way. And then I think overall, I probably made about 70K profit during that bull run, and I lost half of it. It was complete beginner's luck. So lost it. Got really sick of crypto. Tried, failed. So then I moved to stocks, where kind of everybody was advising me to go to stocks because there's news to trade. There is clear things to trade. Then I was a student of Shay for about 6 months, but strategy didn't work for me. Didn't really click for me. Then I moved to Warrior Trader, and that's how I found you guys. So moved to Warrior Trader for about, it was only introductory course. So he used to do the trial for the 2 weeks. I don't know if you guys know. So I jumped on that trial a couple of times. Then I watched all his YouTube videos, and that's where I found Tim and Marcelo and everybody on those interviews. And I said, who are these guys? And then it took me so much time to figure out that Larissa joke. Seriously, it took me so long. I was like a detective.
Oh,
What
man.
is this Larissa thing, right? And then when I played that, it all clicked. Anyway, I don't buy the dip. I found Tim. And that was a complete change of my strategy, because when I joined Tim's archive, I just literally a penny dropped. Then when I watched you on YouTube and all your recaps, and I said, this is what I want to do. I don't want to do buy pullbacks and wait for ages. I just kind of get so nervous waiting to see profits come and go. So the hyper scalping is me 100%. So I'm so happy that I found that. I was with CMEG before Capital Markets. And it was nice to see, I think it's Mighty Stocks last week's Q&A saying, please do not go to CMEG because you're going to get so wrecked with fees. And I got wrecked with fees. I was profitable with CMEG, but when I look at my P&L, they're literally because you can't hyper scalp. You really cannot. You have to really pick the right opportunities, and even the fees just add up. So finally, Schwab's have opened a branch in the UK. So there was one dude earlier, can't remember his name, apologies, but he was asking about a broker. So Schwab's have opened a broker in the UK, commission free. And I'm with them as of last month, and I'm just transferring my funds from CMEG to Schwab's, and I'm using TOS like you guys. The only thing I haven't got is DAS, so I can only trade with TOS way. So I've been paper trading for a couple of months, for about 3 weeks while I wait for all the funds to clear, just to get used to TOS, because CMEG used to put me in short. So if you scalp with CMEG using their sterling, it's really weird, right? You scalp, and suddenly you think you closed your position and it's reversing your position somehow. Apparently, sorry to go on and I'm eating up your airtime. But the broker basically couldn't help me. They tried to figure out 2, 3, 4 times. They said it wasn't my hotkeys, it wasn't anything. In the end, I said, look, I can't be put in short. You think you've closed all your position and somehow you're in short. So I walked away from CMake personally before I blow up an account. I am profitable, reasonably profitable. I'm much more consistent now since I found this hyper-scalping. I'll be honest, I'm a bit worried with this TD America's whole thing that's taking place. That maybe Schwab's will change and the commission free will go. Not sure, but really happy to be here, RT. Watch most of your videos and everybody's videos, and it's really inspiring place to be because I kind of have found my strategy now. So yeah, any questions for me? Other than that, that's me.
All right, nice to meet you, man. Nice to meet you, and good to know that we have a few more people who are over there in UK. You mentioned that you finally found, what you feel is like the right home. Being with Shay, coming across Ross, then coming across us. What I have to tell the people is this hyper style. A lot of people don't like it, but you mentioned you don't want to be waiting around, and you get a little anxious waiting to see a position move up. For those of us who are very disciplined, right, who can cut the losses, it starts with cutting the losses quickly. This strategy, when it comes to the speed of which the profits come, right, you don't have to sit there and wait for 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes. And in that aspect, your exposure to risk is only there for a few seconds at a time. And when you're willing to cut the trade quickly, you protect the downside, and then the profits can follow. So shout out to MR, shout out to the UK traders again. And as mentioned, I think it was John also who trades over there. Be sure to check out the branch that was opened up over there, and see if you can switch over or get that free commission wave going. So let's see if we can move on here. Spooky, what's up? How you doing?
Good, how are you? Can you hear me? Okay. My name's Chris. My previous username was That Sweet. You guys might have seen me a long time ago, but I did a video with the MMU challenge, I think 2021, with Jessica, which introduced me to this Discord. But I'm 25 years old. I've been living in North Carolina for about a couple of years. I work in a financial firm, which I deal with mutual funds. I'm not allowed to trade mutual funds, but I can trade these low cap stocks, which is great. I started trading in 2020 watching Ross, just learning every single video he's ever posted. I literally have watched every single one. But in, I think 2022, I made an offshore brokerage account and I blew it up, I think within a month. And told myself I'm going to take a break. And in 2023, I finished college. I found Mighty, and then I found RT, and then I found Tim. And it made me really take this seriously, more like a business. I trade in a very small account. I'm not over PDT yet, but I've been trading in the sim for like 6 months, which I was profitable in. But now I trade with like 1 to 20 shares. And I've been gaining like $2, $10 a day. And I trade Tim's like hyper-scalping strategy, which I love hyper-scalp. I played competitive games all my life, and it really had a similarity to it. Like I was just playing a competitive game. And I've been adding to my account like $100 here, $100 there. I've also been like doing Mighty's YouTube editing channel for a little bit, just a couple of videos just to help me get over BDT. One of my goals this year is actually just to get 25K, start trading at least 1,000, 2,000 for a while, 1,000, 2,000 shares. Because I think I've been trading for like 3 years, just and watching everyone trade like 3,000 to 5,000, and while I trade one share, it's a mental struggle, like a big FOMO. But I think that's just part of the learning process for me, and I guess it's different for everyone, and that's okay. But hopefully this year we can start getting profitable for me and continue learning. And this Discord is literally the most amazing thing. I just get so excited just to hop in, listen to RT, watch everyone make some money, you know? So that's a little bit about me.
Yeah, sweet man. Don't worry, I remember you very well. I believe it was you, Jessica, Jackson, and Leslie that submitted the videos.
Right.
I don't see Jessica and Leslie here today, but yeah, definitely, man. It's great to see you. Great to see that you're still progressing, still pushing. You know, so sometimes the road can be a little longer, but don't let that discourage you. Whether it's us using bigger size, you know, remember it's you versus you, and when it comes to other traders, you look at them as inspiration and motivation, right? Don't give into any sort of FOMO, and I know it's tough, right? It's tough, but don't give into any FOMO, and know that your time is coming, right? Your time is coming. Keep working, keep saving to get to that PDT level, and pretty soon you'll be right where you need to be, man. But yeah,
Appreciate it.
my for some reason my computer is like it's not showing me the full names, but I can see Mike D's full name. So Mike D, do you want to take it away?
Hey everybody, my name's Mike D. I'm from Phoenix, Arizona. Don't want to make you guys feel bad, but it's 72 degrees here. So I've been trading, I guess, since COVID. I got into the whole alert groups. Spent a lot of money on those. Blew a couple accounts up from that. I am still in one, but they do have like an actual stock trader in there, and it got me interested in what he was doing because I thought he was doing like the alerts. So I was taking his trades and losing money. Then I started watching Ross videos, and then the paywall hit, and RT actually showed up on my suggested for you list. So I just kind of wanted something in the background. Turned that video on. It was one of his live trades back in June. I think that's when I started with MMU. And what got me is RT didn't try selling me anything. He said he had a Discord. He said if I wanted to join, this is how much it was, but he's going to be here live all day long. Even after he traded, he hung out and chatted with everybody like he does every day for 2 hours. Next day, watched him again. Didn't even watch Ross. And then I started watching more and joined the chat room, joined MMU. I trade in a small account right now as I am afraid. Obviously, I've probably lost like 10 grand so far in my journey. I need to get over the swing mentality, because when my trade goes against me, I'm usually like, oh, if I wait, it'll come back up, And yeah, like the gentleman who was speaking before, I'm sorry that I forgot your name. I'm bad with that. I do have a gamer mentality. I try not to treat it like a game. I try to treat it like a business. But it isn't a game mentality where I'm trying to win and strategize and prove to myself that I understand what's going on. I don't chat a lot, as I don't feel as if I have really anything to contribute yet, as I'm still learning. By the time I do see a stock, like, hey, the stock's moving, somebody's already said it like 3 times. So it's a lot of learning, and I guess reinventing myself and learning what to do and what not to do. So just like not yesterday, but Friday, when we were trading a CRBP, I think, I was actually afraid to take that trade. So, but someone posted in chat to go back and watch it, so I was ready next time, and I agree. It's a lot of learning there. So I'm here. I don't post daily on my P&L anymore, as I don't want it to give me emotions. You know, this day I did okay. This day I did bad. I try to do it weekly so I can see the whole picture of it. And I mainly focus on just trying to be consistently green. Even if like my red days are worse than my green days, just so it's not so I don't come in the next day off of a bad day thinking I have to make that money back. You know, single father of 4, 3 are adults. Still one in the house for 2 more years. Well, actually, they're all still in the house because we all know how expensive it is to live these days. But three adults, one mid-teen, and I'm 45. And I appreciate you all daily. So a lot of the times, it'll actually be some off video from something Mighty doesn't even talk about, just something he says that keeps me coming back for more on bad days, which I really like about the whole MMU, is that everybody has an input when people are doing bad, and I may not even be doing bad, but what you say to that other person helps a lot. So thank you all.
Yeah, man, we definitely are blessed with a very supportive community. And there's a couple of things that I took away from what you mentioned, from what you said there, Mike. The first thing is like, for me, like someone who has a course, I definitely am not aggressive when it comes to pushing it. And I think a lot of people like that, right? And I understand that for anybody who is around the community, who is serious about wanting to learn, if they like my style and my approach and who I am, they'll know that I have a course. So it's not necessary for me to be pushing the course like on every video, every like it just doesn't make sense, right? So for those of you who are here that are here because I'm not essentially trying to sell you something, that's very intentional. Um, Second, when it comes to you and going through the process, make sure you continue to pace yourself, right? Make sure that you do go through the chapters. And some people sleep on the classes. Like we can see how many people are going through the class, like in terms of progression, how many lessons they've completed. It doesn't matter where you're starting, right? Because some people will be coming into the program with a lot of knowledge in terms of what certain setups are and things of that nature. But, you know, going through the classes and making sure to check out the lessons, because sometimes it might just be one or two small things that you can pick up from the collection of data that's there that puts you to where you need to be, right? Because that's what trading is. Sometimes it's literally like one puzzle piece away. But you mentioned on CRBP that you were a little intimidated, and I want to say that that's perfectly fine. When I think like 2 years ago for me, like it took a lot for me to be able to trade stocks with big spreads that were above 750. Like it was trouble, man. Like going in, like I could see the trades at times, but just the fear knowing the risk of like, man, this thing can just drop 50 cents, $1 a share. But what was able to help me was utilizing small share size to mitigate the risk. All right, on a stock at $2, $3, I'm using 500 shares, 300 shares. On this stock at 10, 12, $15, you know what? I'm going to use 20 shares, 50 shares, 100 shares, whatever I feel comfortable with, to where if I lose that, to the extreme, if this thing drops $1 a share, it doesn't either wipe out my gain on the day or put me red, just something that I'm comfortable with if I lose to the extreme. And then you take the trades as you see them for the setups that we know and love. And what happens is that you will connect. You will connect. And when you do, you start to become more confident. And before you know it, that 50 shares become 200, then 5. And then you get to a guy like Save, 6,000 shares on a $20 stock, catching a nice $3, $4 share move, and you're really killing it.
Yeah, I think that's what my issue was. I didn't size down for my position. It was in hindsight where I thought if I should have just traded smaller on it. But I think it took 1 or 2 trades, and so like I made a little bit, and then I think on that first bottoming wick candle, like I obviously got scared out because it dropped so much, and I gave it all back So I was just like, I'm not even going to touch it. And I watched it and watched you guys all trade it from like $15 to like $30. And then going back, I was like, well, I could have got in there if I would have held instead of getting stopped out. I would have made $2-3 on the trade. So it is a big learning thing. Like I said, I've lost a lot of money in this. So over the past 6 months, I'm still building confidence and also learning this trading style. Because like I said before, like I'm used to swing trades where I would hold something for 3 days to 2 weeks, and make $700 on that trade instead of making $700 in 30 seconds. So it's a completely different thing, in my view. And a lot of Tim's videos help a lot, on my entries. And again, a lot of yours and Mighty's Q&As. I do have to go back and rewatch the archives. I can admit that I skipped those because when I first went through the course, I was like, I don't need these. I watch you every day. Then after watching Tim, listening to Tim, I was like, okay, so now I understand what you guys are showing me. So I want to go back and rewatch all the archives that are there, even though my course says 100%. So, but I have gone through the classes 2 times on the videos.
You know what? I'd argue that the archives are more valuable than watching us in the moment, because in the moment you're also trying to trade, but when you go back and watch it, you're able to see everything, right? And you can rewind, fast forward, go back, and really get to dissect each and every area. But yeah, keep at it, keep it up. I'm proud of what we're seeing though. There's a lot of great things about the community, man. The students are progressing, and it's really good to know that the program is working. So,
All right, I'll just add to that too. Don't feel bad if you miss like a move like CRVP. There's always gonna be another one of those. Like, just watch your price action, and watch like the archives about the moves and stuff like that. Like personally for me, I was like the whole day it was moving, I was really shaking. I was super anxious with it. I was pushing like way too big a share size that I'm not gonna recommend to anyone here. Like I've been trading for 4 years. That was the first time I was like shaking my hands after like I made 30K. Like I wasn't happy. I was like, oh God, what did I do? What is this? And it was not helpful. But yeah, I think just having the confidence and like you will like I've been trading for 4 years, and to be honest, that's one of my greatest fear is missing the move. But down my journey, I've realized that it's okay to miss the moves. You're not always gonna get the moves. What's the most important part is you stay in your lane and you be patient with it, and just learn from other traders and how they did well on it. That's my take on it.
all right.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Let's continue. So again, my laptop is not showing me the full names, but the gentleman in the gray with the pink background, you can take the floor.
I don't know, can I?
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm on the mic.
Yeah.
You're good. We can hear you.
I'm good. All right, gentlemen. I recognize most of the names just from being in the Discord. RT, you do a kick-ass job, man. I am impressed with you and I'll call you a young man because I'm not a young man. I'm 65, but you do a hell of a job, sir. I think you're a good person. I really do. And your team is outstanding. Tim is a great guy. I really like Crispy. He's a cool young man. And I'm learning a lot from y'all. I stopped working in 2019. I retired. And my investment guy was doing a pretty good job through COVID and all, losing money for me. So I thought, what the hell? I could probably lose money just as fast as he's losing it. And I proved myself right. I got into trading, and I made some money, and boy, did I lose some money. Mike, I got your ass kicked on losing money, so no problem, my friend. Don't feel bad. So basically, after 3 months of trading, I thought I knew what I was doing, and obviously proved myself wrong. So I chilled out for a bit, went back in about 8 months later, and proved myself wrong a second time. So at this point, I've realized that I'm not too averse to losing money, and that's a problem. So I've chilled out and cut myself back down to a cash account for the time being. And I'm not losing at this point, and I'm not making money at this point, but I'm continuing to learn a lot about what I didn't know. And every time I watch you guys, or every time I'm trading, I learned something else that I didn't know. So I'm going to take my time at this point. I'm going to enjoy it. I'm having a lot of fun with it. And hopefully at some point I can turn the corner and convince my wife that I should refund a PDA, PT, whatever the hell it is, a pattern day trader account again, and go back at it. But I really appreciate everything that this Discord is doing. And I appreciate RT. I don't know how you do it every day, day after day. Get up, get in, get on the Discord, do your thing. That's a job, my friend. That's a real job. And there's got to be mornings that you don't feel like doing it. I can only imagine. So very impressive, guys. And I'm having a lot of fun. And I thank each and every one of you. Ken, I know you're an old South Jersey boy. I'll try to get over in that area. And if I catch a few flounder this summer, I'll send you a picture or two.
Sounds great.
All right. And remind me of your name again.
I'm Fred, Trader Fred's. I'm
Fred,
from
okay.
South Jersey, and I do a lot of fishing and crabbing and retired stuff. But other than that, trading, at this point, I'm just having a ball. I'm having a lot of fun with it.
Yeah, fishing is definitely one of those things I want to get into over time. I think it's great just to have that like life skill, you know. If anything is to ever go bad, you know you can survive.
Well, I know Crispy's from New Jersey, so if you guys want to take a ride down South Jersey, I don't know if you like crabbing, but I'll get you out and get you a bushel of crabs. No problem, anytime.
I mean, it's something we can look into. I mean, hey, like I'd be down for the experience. So
You'll have a ball. I'll take you back in some South Jersey marshes.
all right. But yeah, you know, definitely like there are days like, and I'm pretty sure like Save too, like you know, will probably say this like I have a brother that trades, right? He's in the next room, and towards the end, I'm gonna bring him on to introduce himself, right? But anyhow, a few days ago, or last week rather, he was telling me how like excited he was for the trading day. This is when we had the Monday off, and I was like, yeah, like you know, yeah, tomorrow, like yeah, but I wasn't as excited because at this point, right, it's like I think just being a little drained that week, like coming in, day out, you know, being professional always, and there's just days where you feel tired. You feel like,
Yep.
man, I could take a week off. But for me, you know, I'm in the very beginning stages of building wealth and growing and becoming a better trader. Like I'm only now making some sort of money. So I don't allow myself to take off. I said, hey, you know, you got to push through a couple more years, try to become a little bit more established. And then, you know, I'm 25. It's like I'm a young guy. I need to keep pushing. So I don't give myself the time off, but I'm looking forward to it in the next few years. You know, maybe another 2 or 3 years, definitely.
Yeah, you need to get one of the other guys to step up and give you a day off now and then, because that's a tough grind you're doing, man. That's a tough grind.
Indeed. All right, Fred. Great talking to you. Great meeting you. And definitely we'll Crispy's 20 minutes away from me, so we'll check you out sometime.
Sounds good.
Let's see who I okay, the gentleman up in the black sweater, you got the fan up above your head.
There you go. Thank you so much, RT. Hey guys, this is Sam. I'm from Saudi Arabia. So a lot of people would think, oh, you live in Saudi Arabia, so you have oil in your house. So actually, we don't have oil in our houses. Let me put it that way. So I learned about day trading in 2022 before I graduated from my master degree, which I took from the US in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. So I went back to my country here. I joined a company, and they work almost like 12 hours a day, and that was a lot to me. And also, I don't think salary would make you a rich man. So I was watching Ross. I watched a lot of his YouTube videos, also RT, and then Mighty, and then I started to learn about them. I took day trading seriously at the beginning of 2023. I shifted my job. I went to another job to give me a free time so that I can make time to learn how to do to day trade. So I start on July. I start with one share size for 2 months. I was losing, so I lost $50 with one share for like within 2 months. And then the third month, I start to be profitable. I made $3 and the other one $4, I believe, and then $10. And then I said, okay, I have to increase my share size. And then now I trade with 1K, 15K. My max share size was 6K, but that was in more like thickly traded stocks. I broke out on December, but I lost some money. So I feel my performance now, it's flat top, but I didn't break out yet. So on December, it was like false breakout. And then I'm down now 1K out of my highs. So I have to make it this month in order to be a profitable month. Because so far I have been profitable for maybe 4 months, which is not bad as a start. And as you can see here, I'm taking the day trading learning curve seriously. I have a lot of notes, a lot of books also I've read. I'm trying to use my free time while I'm driving to my work. I can listen to some podcasts, some books. Yeah, one good thing about being in the Middle East is the time is so helpful for us. So I have full-time job, but the market opens at 5:30 p.m., which is not bad at all. So I can keep my full-time job and also day trade as well. And I'm extremely grateful to be part of the community. I learned a lot from you guys, from your comments on the Discord. Yeah, I'm so thankful. And it's almost midnight here in Saudi Arabia. With a short time, I have to hit the bed and sleep and be ready for my work tomorrow. Happy to be here.
Tuning in all the way from Saudi Arabia, man. Wow. And indeed, that wall behind you, man, I can see all those day trading pictures of charts and so forth. So big shout out to Sam and congratulations on making the progress. Coming again, buying into the mindset, starting small, increasing risk over time as you're seeing the consistency. That's the way to go. And when we do follow the rules like this, it is very difficult to really lose, right? When you come in the game and you come into the game and you go big size first, that kind of thing, it messes you up because you can lose a lot very quickly. But if you really start small, you come up slowly, it's very difficult to lose. So congrats, man, and we love to see it. Keep it going. keep grinding and keep grinding, and over time, I think you're gonna find what you're looking for, right? 1K off the top is nothing. Just if you need to size down, and then build your way back up.
For sure. Thank you so much.
All right, the other gentleman in the black with the fan above his head.
Hey man, can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir.
Hey guys, my name is Enzo. I'm 31 years old.
Watch.
First
Pull
of
up,
all,
man.
thanks RT man. Thanks. I'm happy to be
Pull up,
here.
pull up, pull up.
Thanks for putting this together and allowing us to speak and put a meetup together.
What
I'm
we
not very
do,
active
I
on the
told them,
chat.
I
You may
told
say
them,
I'm a long time listener, first time caller. So hopefully I'll be more
after this
active
guy,
later
I
on.
think is the last
But
guy.
it's very interesting.
You're gonna just
I
come
in
on,
2021 I saw
just
an
give them
ad
a little bit
from
of
Warrior
who
Trading.
you
I
are
think around that time he was running so
and
many ads, and
where
I got
how
into
your
Warrior
journey's been
Trading. And
so
from
far.
there,
Let them say, yo, this is my brother.
I found I found Marcelo, Tim, and then I found URT. And it's just so interesting, man. You're like poaching everybody from Warrior Trading. Now everybody's coming to
Trying to be ready,
to your channel. Unintentionally, of course, but it's really
overload.
interesting how the new guys connect to you guys. Anyway, man, one of the hardest things for me was the negative self-talk. And when I first joined MMU, I was, dude, I found it fascinating, your positive self-talk, RT, and how well you're able to get back in the zone. A lot of the times I'm thinking, hey, like, this was a stupid trade. Why did you take it? Just talking myself down out of it. And then I can never get back in the zone. And then I wonder, why do they call this guy the pastor, Relentless, RT, the pastor? And I'm like, oh, now I fucking get it, man. It's just that positive self-talk that you have to get you back in the zone. That was very impressive, man. That was very fascinating to me. So then I just listened to you. I stayed to the last minute to just hear you talk about, you might say you're rambling, but like you definitely hit key points that, many of us think about, but don't voice it out. So you do that. You do that for me, and then that's very good. My story with trading has been pretty rough patch. I was profitable for 3 months. I dug myself out of the hole, and like, man, finally I'm profitable. And within a week, I just like dove it straight to the ground, and it was just devastating, And I only did that because I took bigger size. I'm thinking, oh, I got this. I've been profitable for 3 months. Took bigger size, just drove it straight to the ground, and I was able to climb back again. Profitable for 2 months, and then again I increased share size and drove it straight to the ground, and that's where I'm at right now. I'm basically at the ground, losing money. But I think I'm crawling myself back up, and hopefully end the month, begin February with a good attitude and good consistency.
Yeah. Wait, hold on. Remind me of your name.
Enzo.
Enzo, man. Enzo. Okay, there we go. So being close to profitability, getting green, sizing up, and then coming back down, it's a great place to be, right? In the sense that you've made progress to get there, right? To get to a place where you're even profitable. So, keep pushing. Take it slow, and remember when you do size up, right? The number one thing that gets us is or let's say subconsciously, we're we're changing something ever so slightly because the strategy is very delicate. You got to make sure you stay the course, right? All right, I'm going out a little bit more risk, but I'm gonna buy where I need to buy, and I'm gonna sell where I need to sell. And this has happened to me multiple times too, where I try to size up and then I lose right away. But just know when you connect the first time, it's gonna give you confidence and it's gonna give you a cushion, and immediately mentally you're gonna feel more free, and it's gonna start to grow from there exponentially. So you're in that breakout state. That flat top is gonna turn into a good breakout. And and secondly, the positive affirmations, the positive self talks is something that we definitely have to keep doing, because trading is very lonely. It's just us. It's just our computer. Maybe some of you guys might be fortunate to have a sibling that trades, that you can talk to regularly, but you're there by yourself, and there's nobody else to really motivate you or encourage you. And so you got to always remind yourself, hey, like, I'm here. I can be just as disciplined as the next person. Like, I can outdo myself, right? I can have that better lap time. You know, I can follow the rules. I can be disciplined today. And so ultimately, that positive affirmation, and you saying it to yourself, that action is going to eventually follow. All right, so I think that might have been everyone. Unless Amit, do you have a camera?
Hey, yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Can you hear me?
yeah. Do you have
Okay,
a
hi.
do you have a webcam?
Amit. Hey, nice seeing your younger brother, is it? Auntie?
Yeah, my older brother.
Hey guys.
Very resemblance to your face.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Hi. So my name is Amit, and actually, camera is today not working. Maybe next time I'll make it on. Right now, it is like buried within my all the screens, trading screen somewhere. Cannot see my face from there. So I'm from Bay Area, California, near San Francisco, and my day job is like I'm a Silicon Valley software engineer, and but from the very beginning, the inner desire has been to like have some kind of flexible working job and just get away from daily routine job, and then uh, couldn't cut that day job string till the time when I discovered about the day trading, and it is all began with I watching RT on TikTok. I watched some TikTok, and other than all the entertainment content, I saw RT on TikTok. And then with my engineering background, I initially thought that maybe, I don't know, I was thinking initially that how it can work, there has to be some holy grail indicator or something which works for everybody, and how this all can work. But then I watched RT live for a few days, and then I thought, no, this cannot be, like, it has to be real, like he's doing it for real. And then slowly, that's how I joined his this group, and then I have been following every all of you, means in the chat and every place, and also following RT, Mighty, Tim, and everybody, taking baby steps, and not putting my engineering brain a lot, just trying to understand that it's an art, discipline, science, and mix and match of many things. So trading is very different from like hardcore engineering, and now I started understanding what is Max loss, what is all this trading psychology, and then so I have been trading for like now 6 months. The dream of getting a flexible job keeps me like the fire to do day trading daily. And being in California, like I have to wake up early. 6 a.m. is too early. I have never been an early riser, but you can think like from last 6 months, I'm nearly daily. Monday to Friday, I have been waking up at like 5:45, is really crazy when I have never done it in my whole life. So currently I had many of these issues like averaging down. That was one of a very big issue. So I was never able to scale up. So you can understand, like if you have a tendency of like averaging down, the amount of risk gets a lot. So if you lose one trade, then you are losing a lot. So if you are coming up with a bigger size and you start averaging down, then like you will be down by a ton of money. So that's what one of the big issues for my trading was. And so I was never able to size up like 6 months now. But uh, fortunately, from the start of this year, I have made some changes to my dash trading, like how I take the trade. So now I have some scripts where if I take the trade, I cannot average down unless and until I sell that. I cannot take, and I cannot, if I even if I push the button, it will not allow me to buy more. So that's how from the start of this year I have come out of that tendency of averaging down. So this year, this month, from the very beginning, I'm proud to say that I have not averaged down a single day. And now with that hurdle going away, and then learning all the different patterns and all the disciplines, I'm thinking that maybe in another 1 or 2 months, I might start scaling up to. Right now, I'm at 20 shares. So slowly, so what I think is I will slowly scale up, like from 20 to 100, maybe to then 400, then 500 to 1000, slowly from that perspective. Because at least for me, what I have seen is, let's say if I see a big loss, let's say if I'm trading with 20 shares, if I start trading with like 1,000 share tomorrow, if I see a loss which might not be a big on 20 shares, but if I see it on 1,000 shares, my psychology will, like, okay, it will make me like really really fearful. So I want to scale slowly up from 20 to 100 to 300 to 500. So that's the plan is. And yeah, I'm really grateful to you all. Means all the silly questions, good questions I ask on the chat, and I'm all the time learning. And I really give a lot of time, other than my day job. I give a lot of time in going through all the archives, and looking to all the people, like what their comments are and how they are trading. So learning a lot and really grateful to you all. And yeah, good wishes to you all. Thank you.
All right, Amit, man. I'll start by saying when we did the team house in California, I actually enjoyed the 5:30 a.m. wake up because at 7 a.m., 8 a.m., we'd literally be finished for the trading day.
That's the good part of it, and that's what like looks like if I just like 3 hours of time if I give in the morning, and then I can give the rest of the time to the day job. That is true. Yeah, correct.
Yeah, it's pretty good because, like the entire day is ahead of you. I remember we got breakfast, we would go to the gym and we would do an activity, maybe go to the beach or something else, and it would be 2 3 p.m. and it's like, man, like you still have so much day left. On the something else I heard you saying was that you implemented some scripts in DAS to help you to not average down. I want to commend you for that. I want to congratulate you for that because, you know, I always say whatever is necessary to ensure success. And so,
Yeah, and I'll tell you, see, one issue was every day I used to think, okay, I'll not average down. But suddenly that, that inner mind or somehow I will like, okay, I feel, okay, this dip is good, then I'll buy like, okay, a lot of it. And then it's going down, then further. And I was never able to come out of it. But now with this script not allowing me to do it at all. I know I cannot do it, and so like okay, slowly my mind is also getting disciplined on that.
Yeah, there's never anything too silly. Like whatever it is that we think that we can try that can help us, that's the way to go. And so, congrats on not averaging now, not even for one day here into this new year. Keep pushing, and you know, follow your plan in terms of slowly increasing that share size. As you said, you don't want to jump it up too much to where you have a big loss and it negatively affects you, but gradually increasing it to where it eases your mind. And so I think over the next few weeks and months, as long as you stay the course, you're gonna see some good progress.
Okay, thank you.
All right. So I've talked about my brother a lot, right? I've mentioned a ton of times that I have a sibling that also trades, and he's never been on. I think he's been on camera maybe once before, but this has been from maybe been years ago. He's definitely been in the background a couple of times. Um, he was supposed to come to the meetup with us in Las Vegas, but he had some work complications, right? And I guess I'll let you take it away from here. You can tell them a little bit about your city job, and that preventing you from coming, and some other background information. You know.
Hey guys, Javon here. Uh yeah, I was supposed to go to Vegas with a couple of the guys, but due to my city job, I wasn't able to go. I recently got that job, so yeah, I wasn't able to go, but I started trading pretty much the same time around as RT. So that would probably be like what, five,
Five,
six
like
years
5
ago.
years, yeah, 6 years.
And I've been like on and off because initially I was like the one that would fund the accounts. So I would tell him to stay home, try to master the trade. And as time went on, I told myself, you know what, I need to get into the game as well because I know the potential. So eventually I started trade. We both ended up start taking it serious and we went into the sim. And my progression was different compared to his. I progressed at a fast pace, and I don't know, for some weird reason I thought that I was a professional trader. Ended up going live and I blew up countless accounts, probably 6, 7 accounts. So recently I blew up an account, I think during the pandemic year, and RT became profitable already, but so I knew that I could go to him and get the money back. Like, I need $15,000 to refund the account. But I told him, I said, listen, I don't need you to keep funding me. I'm going to go and work and try to save the money back so that I know the importance of it when I do come back in the market. So it's not a free for all. So I started saving, and then me trying to be MacGyver, I decided to buy, I think it was Meta. I bought Meta, I think like 2 years ago. And the day I bought it, they had earnings in, I think like I had like a $3,000 loss in after hours. And I decided to hold the trade. 6 months later, 7 months later, my account is back to like nothing. Like $18,000 turned into like $4,000, and now I'm back to scratch. So last year I literally worked every day of the year, 7 days a week, saving back that money. Finally got back above PDT. So the Vegas trip was in October, and I think I went live September. I wasn't ready. I was in the sim and I was having a lot of issues. Having a lot of issues with averaging down, not selling fast, not not following the strategy. So I ended up going live, and I guess that's where sometimes people say the correlation with like real money versus paper money, it's different. So I went live in that first month, September. I did excellent. It was great. I think I had probably like 3 or 4 red days. But then once October came back, I saw a lot of the same problems that I would have in the sim started to come back. I would have good big green days, and then one huge loss would trigger something, and then before you know it, I'm ending the day down 2 grand. Fortunately, city job, and I also have another job. I'm able to fund the account, so I blew up. You could say the account kind of blew. Think I started back with like $30,000. It went back under PDT. I re-added money in. So from, I say this month, starting January, it's been pretty good. Like I've seen a lot of progress. So with me right now, I'm just hoping to just stay steady and just keep gradually improving and not reverting back to some of the old issues that I would have. So I deal with it by meditating a lot, kind of like constantly reminding myself of the things that I need to do, because we do record our screens. You go back and you watch, and even like sometimes I'm sitting there trading and I know what is it that I need to do, but then sometimes it's just that little thing in you that deviates you from the actual plan. So just meditate a lot, and whenever you're sitting there, just stick true to the strategy and just try to push through. So yeah, right now everything is going great. Can't complain. And to be honest, I would definitely want to get more acclimated with the community. Like I have the Discord and everything on my phone, just that I'll be so busy throughout the day. It's hard for me to like get in there and even like share. Like even like I need to start with just sharing my P&L every day. So, so I could get acclimated with you guys.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be a little tough though if you're, working like how you're
Yeah, 2
working.
jobs. Like I work 16 hours a day. Then when I come home in the morning, I sleep for 2 hours. I set like 5 alarms, and I wake up, trade for an hour, and it's back to the grind. But hopefully within like the next few months, I could feel like I'm in a comfortable space, and maybe I could quit one of the day jobs or the night job, I would say, and just keep trading.
So it's like here we are as brothers, and it's two very different ends of the spectrum, right? And you know, his story, like our stories are very intertwined and interconnected, but yet very different. So as mentioned, you know, earlier on in the sim, as we're both practicing and like trading together, he has a much more exponential like approach, not approach, but uh, P&L curve, equity curve. Like this guy, essentially like how Save came in and is like the first 2 3 months, like just like almost like a natural, right? And you know, doing very well in the sim, like what are some of the things that you would say maybe affected you as you went into like a live account?
So once I went live, I quickly realized that in the sim I would get fills, let's say in between the spread. Let's say it's a 10-cent spread. I would get fill in the middle. And even let's say the stock doesn't move, I buy, and then within like a millisecond I sell. I will get executed and I will come out at the same price that I bought. But once I went live, I don't know if it was the internet speed or what, but I would get filled every time I buy. I would get filled on the ask. Every time I sell, I would get filled on the bids. So instant, but I didn't. It took me a while to realize it because at that point I kind of got sloppy. I wasn't recording my screens. I wasn't doing the little things that I needed to do, so I would be able to go back and watch the videos and like get the essence of it. So yeah, the fills was definitely one of the things that crucified me.
Right, and so he was also using aggressive size since back then, right? And what it was, starting off with CMEG, right?
Yes.
And so we heard already in here how using CMEG, and back then we didn't know this, but now, of course, being more experienced, with the price improvement of Thinkorswim versus using market orders on the other brokers, getting filled on the ass, going in, getting filled on the bids coming out, that with huge size, like coming because he was doing so well in the sim, he's already used to using 3, 4, 5,000 share blocks. Imagine that with spready stocks and not realizing that you're not going to get the price improvements and getting murdered against us. And also, on his side, it's also why for us it's always important to do the little things like making sure to screen record and such, because we can't get too we can't get too confident, we can't get too comfortable, and we got to keep doing everything that we know of right now to make sure that we stay sharp, right? So seeing the little things from the screen recording perhaps could have helped very earlier on in the process, that could have maybe prevented some of the hardship that was to come. So again, right, our journeys have been very intertwined. I always talk about having two siblings that helped me to fund my account. He, of course, is one of them. Um, the other one gave me, so I started with 27,500. There's another brother that's older than both of us that gave me 5,000, and Javon gave me, I believe it was 14,000,
Yeah.
and this was also borrowed money. This is him borrowing money to help me to fund my account. So when I started, I never was worried about the risk, because I was very confident with the slow approach, couple hundred shares. I thought at worst case scenario, I'd go from like 27.5 down to 25, and I would reimburse everyone, because I had a few thousand that I had saved, and then I had also borrowed. But I basically had a max loss of like 2.5k, right? So I was very comfortable when I came in, knowing that hey, if I stay to the process, I stay the course, I could see the progression slowly over time. And so that's what ended up happening for me. So definitely got a lot to thank when it comes to this guy, getting me involved and getting me into trading. Um, he's the more of the entrepreneur between the two of us, and he was the one that actually came across. I believe it was a Tim Sykes video.
Yeah, I think it was a Tim Sykes video. And then I'm like, well, if these guys could do it, why can't we? And I think, yes, started watching them. And then as time went on, we started with Robinhood. I would call him in the morning. And I remember one day, like one of the first trades we took on Robinhood, I think we made $1,000 in like 10 seconds. And we instantly got hooked right there. But then, as time went on, I'm like, we got to do this thing the right way if we want to really make it something that's gonna last.
So we had eventually like got E-Trade Pro, and tried a few trades below PDT, and then we had went to the sim in the next year. But yeah, this guy is the reason why I even found out about trading. We're very close. We'd call each other like every day, talk about trading. Hey, how did your day go? This is how my day went. And so, I'm glad he's in coming into this new year. He's seeing more progress. And this guy, I keep to this day, I think, he has the potential to be a far greater trader than I am, because I can see his metrics. Like I can see his metrics, um, even throughout the hardship and before Wells, he was in the simulator. And when he has it going, he really has it going. But when it comes to the frustration within certain areas of trading, as long as he keep it cool and stays the course, I have no doubts that pretty soon you know, he'll be killing it big time.
So one of the things to kind of like piggyback on that, I remember having a conversation with RT and him telling me like one of the things you have to try to do is once you come back you have to try to stay, because a lot of the times when I came into the market, my time was short lived.
Coming back from like losing an account, and like, or let's say blowing up an account,
And
and
then
maybe taking a few weeks, months to get back in the
to
market.
get back in the market, and then once I got back in the market with the live account, the time was very limited. I would come in with an account over, let's say 26, 27,000, and within the first week I'm already back down under 25, and it's like margin what is
Margin
it
call.
margin call, and now I'm sitting on the sidelines again. So this time when I came back, he told me, he said, listen, once you come, make sure this is for like longevity. And that was one of the biggest adjustments, because in the sim I would like the progression, when the way how it took off, started off with small size, and then eventually I got comfortable using big size. So now once I came live, to come back down from big size to small size was one of the biggest adjustments I had to make. And it's all about reprogramming your mind, because your mind could play games with you, play tricks with you. So yeah.
Yeah, so he lives in New York. I live in New Jersey. But I'm always back and forth between the two. So depending on the day, or day in the week, I'll be in either location. But yeah, I look forward to him being around more. The next seminar we're going to is going to be in Manhattan in I'm forgetting which month it is. I believe March, January, March. I think in March, yeah, end of March. There's gonna be a seminar. I don't think Save is gonna make it to this one, but myself, Marcelo, Crispy will be there, and Javon will also be there. And so, what we're thinking to do is we'll have some sort of informal meetup, right? It's not gonna be super formal where we're gonna do like a full on seminar or anything, but we're thinking to maybe like whether it's like a nice coffee shop or somewhere decent. We'll figure something out, right? And for those of you guys who are in the tri-state area, whether you're in New York or PA, you're close enough. We'll try and set something up. So, and this will be for the broader community. So whoever can make it will make it, and we'll get to see a few faces in real life. And you guys will hear about this very soon. What's really the reason why it hasn't been out there yet is because Marcelo has had an issue with his passport, so we weren't sure if he was going to be able to make it. Now we got the confirmation, so we'll plan with him, and very soon within this next week here, we're going to announce it to the community, let you guys know the details of what's going on. And I think we're also gonna, in fact, yeah, this is already confirmed. We're going to fly out another student with a raffle again for this event. So for sure, at least one person is gonna come, guaranteed. But yeah, it's been a great virtual meetup here. We've done two of these before with the broader community, but I thought it'd be great to do one with just the students. Of course, it's a Sunday. A lot of people are working. This is also on market time. There's different time zones, so other people will be busy depending on where they are, what they're doing with their family and whatnot. But thank you all for tuning in and coming in today. It's been a pleasure. It's been really awesome getting to put the faces to the names here for some of you guys, and we'll do another one of these pretty soon. Save, do you have anything you want to say here to the people before we head out?
Not really, but if you guys have any questions before we go, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's hear. All right, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah. I just had a question here. So I have a little bit more into it quick. I've been in the sim for about a year, maybe more, and I've constantly studied reading books. I study nonstop. It's kind of like trading became kind of a passion for me the past few years, and I have a business that's very successful, where I make very good money, and so I'm trying to. I just work so much that I can't get time for trading. I have about 15K in a cash account. I'm fairly confident in my trading, as far as my percentage of like where I'm at on stuff and setups and all that. I know Xavier, you did it before. I have that cash account, but I've really been like with my time and availability, like kind of like RT's brother. Like, dude, you're just so busy; it's hard to even find time to do anything. But I wanted to. Should I convert that to a margin account and just do, a trade here and there when I have time, because I only have 3 trades anyway? Or do you recommend just sticking with my cash account and I don't get that much time to trade. It's probably maybe once every couple weeks or once a week right now. It'll be more eventually when I have more time. But I just want to get over PDT, because I feel like I'm a solid enough trader to do that. I've been profitable in this sim for a long time, and I just have been debating, should I just go to margin and get that value and profit size up and just do the trades here and there and try to get above PDT, or just because I know, Xavier, you were saying, I think a long time ago, that you had done a swing trade or something, and that got you above PDT, if I recall, when you were talking
No,
about it.
personally for me, it took me like only 2 weeks, so I never did SIP. So I was straight up like.
Oh, no. I just remember you saying that you did a swing trade to get above PDT on something that got you enough money above there.
Oh no,
thought you
I
were
actually asked for a loan for my cousin.
Oh, okay, never mind.
So like, yeah, it took me like, so I was in cash account for 2 weeks.
Okay.
And like I'm on the live account, and just getting that confidence, like once you're, because it's different with the sim, like Artie said, it's different with the sim. Even though it's like only 1 shares, it's still different, because when you're there, you're like really losing money, even though it's like 10 cents. That's it might fuck up your mental, because it's different. But once you figure that out, for me personally, it took me 2 weeks, and like I know that I could make money on it. And I asked my cousin, like, okay, can you borrow me some money or something like that? And yeah, I think, because you said that you're only trading a sim, right? You never traded in live?
No. I traded in the sim for about a year or more, and then I switched to. I was cash before that, doing swing trades. Went to the sim for about a year and a half to just strictly do day trading, and then I now have been trading in an account for probably 6 months to a year with cash and everything. But I just went to a cash account so I could trade more versus doing the margin account. But now I'm just trying to get to where I want to be.
You're confident that you can make money. Because it's only you that you can figure it out. Like once you think that you can make money, yes, I think that'll be advisable to do. But just make sure that you have a set rule of like, okay, I'll put like, let's just say, I'll put like 26,000. Like if I lose like more than $1,000, so I'll be like near PDT, I'm just gonna pull up the money back to my bank account. I mean, you're technically just losing $1,000 if you set that rule at first, that hard rule. But if you're confident, that's the most important part. Like trading, once you figure out like the technical analysis, it's gonna be more about the mental game. Like in this I think Artie is on the same page. Like it's more about the mental aspect now.
Yeah, it's just more of just the time. I'm confident in my trading. It's been good. It's just having the time. Should I just go with margin where I'm above, able to do more share size and stuff than a cash account?
Yeah. Just
to get above PDT.
Yeah, just do it, man. Like that's what I did with my trading. Like when I size up, I just did it. Like from 100. I actually, the funny part was, I was doing 100 shares. I misclick. I put like 1,000. I was like, oh, might as well. All right.
Yeah, I'm between like 500. I'm between like 500 and 3K shares when I trade. But it's just with the cash account. With a cash account, I'll be profitable and I'll be happy. But I'm out of cash after my trade. Then I got to wait 2 more days. Versus if I had a margin and just I only get 3 trades until I'm above PDT. But I feel like it could be a lot more money there and get to PDT a lot quicker.
Yeah, just do it. Just manage your expectations too. That's the most important part.
Right on. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Is that it? Anyone else?
I did mention that I was gonna ask you guys for any feedback, like quickly, if you guys think there's anything that we can do better in terms of MMU in the program, if there's any suggestions or anything like that. But if not, we can definitely close it down.
I was gonna suggest one thing. So obviously I have you RT on the left screen watching you and doing my thing. I mostly just listen to what you're saying. But usually, with this hyper scalping, you don't really get much time. You're in, out, just doing the thing. I was wondering if there is Save or Mighty Stock have their own archive. Do they have? Because I only see Tim at the moment.
Yeah. So if you've signed up for gold, you'll have
Yeah.
access to myself, Marcelo, and Tim. And if you've bought Tim's archive, you'll be able to see Tim's exclusively.
Okay, got it. I thought that might be the case. Oh, I'll switch it around. I'll DM you, then you can guide me through what I need to do.
Okay, yeah, definitely.
But yeah, it's good. It'll be that's all it was. It was just to be able to see Saves or Tim. I literally, when I do my thing, afterwards I watch Tim, and this is probably for other guys as well. They're still learning like me. I literally can memorize Tim's entrance, where he's gonna literally buy and sell, like on CD, whatever Friday it was. I was literally over the moon with the trading. Then I said, let me see if you get caught on that candle, or that big drop down. And I'm like, I bet you, because he likes to buy the dips, right? And the candle pulls up. He loves those moves. So because I'm quite early in this game, I don't go for those moves. I'll go for I'm aggressive when the stock is moving on the front side. Then I literally, my share size is literally small just to practice that pullback strategy you guys play. But I could literally memorize, because I watched him all over and over again, can memorize his entries and exits. So it kind of helps. It really does help. And again, that I think being part of Warrior Trading, Shay, and everybody else being around, this is the only place that I have found that told you to record your screen and show what you can review back. I think everyone else says, capture on your spreadsheets, which is long. You're so tired, and if you're hyper scalping, you're never going to remember all your trades. So I think this is the only place that really say, record your stuff, and you get to watch it back and compare it to Tim or Save or you guys, RT. So that's a great really thing that's really changed my game, by just recording and watching you guys. And it becomes more competitive, right? Because you're like, yeah, let me see where he took that trade and where I took it. Becomes like a proper game. I bought myself a stream deck because I'm extremely slow with my fat fingers. So I bought myself a stream deck and just treat it like a PlayStation.
Yep.
That's what's
Sorry.
So I guess you were the one who's buying the dips. I'm not getting the fills. Like, who the hell is buying the dips here?
Yeah, I love it when that candle. You're just, you're on an edge like a Call of Duty when that candle pulls up, and you're like, yeah, I'll take that. It doesn't matter what it is, 5 cents, 10 cents. I'm out of here.
Were you a bit of a gamer?
Do you know what? I used to be a big gamer back when I was young. I didn't ever mention my age, but I'm not that old. I'm in my very early 40s, just big 40, But I love the thrill, and I love the game, and I love motorcycles. So, I'm one of those daredevils. But yeah, since literally watching you guys, this hyper scalping, it kind of get me back in the gaming mode, and it's working. So I'm really happy with that. Otherwise, it was not working for me. But recording really helps. Really, really massively helped me.
Definitely with the hyper scalping, like timing is very essential. Like if you miss your time, you miss it, especially with the dips. Like imagine Tim, you're competing with Tim. You're competing with Crispy. Crispy's fast as hell. Like when I see his order sometimes, like, dude, you're getting my fills. So we're kind of got that competitive. But yeah, a lot of like old timers in the trading community, they kind of hated it because they think that we're gamifying their word, gamified, the trading style.
So if I can come back to you, Saad, on that, the good thing about me, so I don't have with the hyper-scalping, I don't have time to get emotional about, what am I doing? Shall I, size her down or whatever, buy, average down. If I see a bad fill, I cut. You know, I don't even remember after five trades what happened. 5 trades, so that's the only thing that keeps me in check emotionally because I'm just there with the stream deck, in and out, in and out. Oh yeah, it popped my profit. I never knew I could trade the same candle 3 times.
Yeah.
Like literally, it's emotionally I don't get involved because I'm thinking that that candle is basically a baddie in Call of Duty. I know that sounds stupid.
I think that's the beauty of our strategy is just that your risk is minimal. It's risk first before profits.
Yeah.
Like if you don't like the trade, you just cut it.
Yeah, you just kind of it's just that I'll call it a duck because my girlfriend trades. I got her into trading about a year ago. She quit her job, so she's a full-time trader with me. We sit next to each other. It's because I'm slow. She does all the charting for me. She moves the charts and stuff on TradingView. But I always say, if the candle's dropping and it's coming near my entrance, I'll call it a duck. If it's a gaming, I'll call it a duck. Just go behind the wall and get out. Either dip at the end. Sorry, I know it's a stupid way to handle it, but it's all a mind game. How you deal with it and how you see it, it helps you just not get involved or hold the trade for too long.
Yeah, definitely. It's that's good, man. That's good.
Yeah, so glad to be here. Thank you so much for all of you, all your work and contribution. Kind of changes me and others that are following you guys. So yeah, RT, you're definitely doing a great job out there.
All right, guys. Yeah, definitely appreciate it, man. We've been putting in a lot of time. We've been putting in a lot of work. We're definitely proud of where we are, and we're gonna look to keep growing. So, one day at a time, one trade at a time.
You don't need advertising. We all come in.
We got this, man. So again, no matter where you are in the journey, let's keep progressing. That's the only goal. Let's use each other as inspiration and motivation, and let's try to be better. We're gonna show up tomorrow. We're gonna have another chance to prove ourselves once again. It's gonna start with us being early. Show up early. Go to sleep early, wake up early, and be ready for your pre-market analysis. Let's compile our watch list. Let's prepare for the open, and let's stay disciplined towards the rules that we know will put us in a position to be successful. Let's try and get green, and even if we don't end green, let's make sure we follow our rules. That way, it'll be a good day always. But yeah, let's push. Let's try and make a little bit of something, and let's see what we can't do tomorrow. So,
amen, Pastor.
Thanks for tuning in. Shout out to Save for, of course, tuning in, and also congratulations on the huge 30K day. I mean, just insane stuff, man. Like that equity curve, just crazy.
I'm gonna release it very soon. It actually only took me like 2 minutes to make that 30K.
How much share size did you use in that area? Because I saw it was like 11.
I don't want to. I'm gonna watch it today. I don't know, man. I think I did like 4K shares at one time, from like $29 to $35, I guess.
Yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it.
Like I know it only took me like less than 5 minutes to make that money, from like 1K to like 20K or something like that. And I was keep on pushing it. I was like, let's see if I can make like more than 30K. But yeah, it's just stay tuned for that. I still need to adjust a little bit of my editing because I just recently had a new computer. So, but probably a week or two from now, I'll release that. It's gonna be raw, so you guys could see everything. Like I don't hide anything from my trades.
Yeah, man, looking forward to it. But all right, guys, my computer is also about to die here, so I'll let you guys go. Enjoy the rest of your Sundays. Don't forget, if you haven't studied already, to be sure to do so. And bright and early.
Go Ravens!
Bright and early tomorrow. Bright and early. Take care, guys.